Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. So you know how Hollywood tattle has been humming of late. It resembles everybody's trust that the following shoe will drop, particularly with regards to big names and famous people. Well, it appears to be the most recent. Objective is, in all honesty, the influence couple Beyoncé and Jay-Z, with Chris Brown apparently mixing the pot. Yet have you at any point asked why Chris Brown's not raising a ruckus around town highs as he used to? I mean, sure, he's actually putting out tunes and doing his thing, yet he's been missing out on open doors left and right. Brands isn't precisely fixing up to work with him any longer. Now we as a whole realize Chris isn't precisely clean as a whistle, particularly with all the stuff encompassing the Rihanna episode, and he certainly merits being considered responsible for that. Yet here's for what reason, he's getting the worst part of the deal, while others, like doctors, Dre, appear to coast by generally solid. I mean, Dre has a clothing rundown of allegations against him, yet he's actually getting honors like the Dr. Dre Worldwide Effect Grant, which was even given to Jay-Z at the current year's Grammy Grants. So might there be a strategic maneuver at work here? Certain people are conjecturing that Jay-Z may be purposefully subverting Chris's vocation. Perhaps this is a result of what occurred with Rihanna, whom we should not fail to remember. Jay-Z assumed a gigantic part in sending off her profession, or maybe there's something entirely to it, like those murmurs regarding Jay-Z and Rihanna having some sort of history that cast your psyche back to 2009, when Chris Brown stood out as truly newsworthy for conceding to phrasing Rihanna. Brown dropped a sensation, guaranteeing that Rihanna gave him herpes as per Earthy's 10 million grievances. He claimed that Rihanna intentionally gave him the herpes infection and afterward took drastic actions to approach him. The Earthy Colors claim portrayed Rihanna as a definitive antagonist, compromising him with critical results if he really felt compelled to sue her. Brown asserted that he got up one morning with 3 rankles down, sending him into a frenzy about his well-being and the gamble of contaminating others, and he even claimed that he was wanting to see about getting hitched to Rihanna and even pen a melody. Don't awaken me for her yet. Unfortunately, their fantasy sentiment came crashing down on account of the herpes stunner. Earthy's claim likewise pointed fingers at Rihanna for disrupting his associations with different ladies, all in view of the supposed herpes bomb she dropped on him from Barbados, which he considered deadly, and it didn't stop there. As per a previous person who once worked with Rihanna, there's one more man out there who purportedly succumbed to her herpes adventure, yet here's where things take a curve, as per murmurs from Panther Right. The genuine guilty party behind Rihanna's supposed herpes adventure isn't Brown yet. As a matter of fact, Jay-Z rumors from far and wide suggest that Jay-Z's meandering ways drove him down a way of disloyalty, possibly presenting him with the herpes infection, which he might have then given to Rihanna during their asserted rendezvous. Jay-Z gave her to her honeybees that she provided for Chris Brown. Rihanna was just 14 and 15 when he began her, and Mark did so, assuming you're attempting to sort out this puzzle. Earthy's allegations of Rihanna giving him herpes appear to line up with the course of events when she and Jay-Z were supposed to be sincerely elaborate. We should go on an outing through a world of fond memories to when Rihanna was only a newly confronted 15-year-old with fantasies about becoming wildly successful in the music business. She grabs the attention of record producer Evan Rogers while chilling in Barbados. He's essentially stunned by her very model looks, think green eyes, a neck, and fashion awareness. Rogers has probably been supposing that in the event that this young lady can sing half as well as she looks, we have a whiz on our hands. Quick forward to 2004, and Rihanna drops her most memorable single. Ponda replays the track advances under the control of, as a matter of fact, D-Jam's enormous Big Cheese himself. Jay-Z presently hears where the bits of hearsay begin twirling. A few people estimate that Jay-Z had his eyes set on Rihanna at every turn. You know, commonplace playboy conduct, and everything that could be had seen, Rihanna as something beyond a gifted protege. Supposedly, he dove in, encouraged her, and aided her vocation. Yet was there more to it than just mentorship? A few murmurs in the grass plant proposes that Jay-Z's assurance to sign Rihanna to D-Jam was a fringe, forceful word on the road. He even got in contact with her about just having 2 choices, marking the agreement or taking a flying jump through the window. Obviously, Rihanna proceeded to sign that agreement, starting off her excursion to becoming one of the greatest pop stars of our age under Jay-Z's wings. She produced a large number of hits from the umbrella to run this town to talk about that discussion. Yet here's where things get jujuy. Did Jay-Z and Rihanna's relationship stretch out past the studio walls? That is the copying question on everybody's brains, as per Jay. Randy Taraborelli, the person who's continuously doling out the soil on celebrities, indicates that there could have been another element between them back in 2005. Supposedly, things got so hot between them that Jay and Beyoncé needed to take a break from their just a tad. The possibility of Jay-Z and Rihanna getting comfortable despite Beyoncé's good faith seems like something straight out of Hollywood content, doesn't it? Particularly thinking about that, once upon a time, Beyoncé was the person who truly assisted Rihanna's profession with taking off, and that Beyoncé's help allegedly included some significant pitfalls for another craftsman. Tierra Marie has it. Headdress got the boot from DJam on the grounds that Beyoncé was evidently more into Rihanna's energy. So back in 2005, a youthful Crown Marie scored an arrangement with Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records. She was capable as well as staggering, and she was just 17 when Jay-Z's wing headband dropped to encourage her from her most memorable collection. It was a moment hit, and what's better compared to having Jay-Z as your task's father and being delegated the princess of DJam Records? Headdress was residing in the fantasy, no question. Likewise, around a similar time, you have a youthful Rihanna and now joined with DJam Records. Now Tiari was at that point the authority princess of the mark, taking all the considerations being a migrant from Barbados. Rihanna was somewhat in the shadows, contrasted with her really encouraging markmate. Yet all that flipped when Sovereign Baye concluded. She was flowing more with Rihanna. Unexpectedly, the mark dynamic moved and Crown got the boot. Lareed let the cat out of the bag in his diary, saying that at first they thought Crown was the greater star among her and Rihanna, yet the Sovereign Honeybee stepped in, causing them to re-examine, and Mark Rihanna, Reed said we had an in-house organization grandstand, and Beyoncé turned out to be there with Jay-Z's headband. Marie Rihanna, a four-young lady bunch called Dark Butterfly and Neo, performed at the Mark. We figured Crown Marie would be a major star. We invested additional time in her, accomplished more work on her, and focused harder on her. A chime went off for me anyway when, after the exhibit, Beyoncé came dependent upon me and said that Rihanna's a large number of as little poke from Beyoncé. The executives chose to give Rihanna a more intensive look. Quick forward to 2006, and they hit up Headdress. Marie, with a call, not an extravagant letter, simply a call presumably made by a few staff, and what for? Well, no one truly knows. Imagine getting the boot without a legitimate heads up from a person you saw as a mentor. Crown spilled the tea, saying Jay-Z himself never tried to give her the news. She said, Jay-Z didn't call me to let me know if things played out distinctively. Headdress might have been the present Rihanna or a major Crown thinking of her as unquestionable ability. Yet, unfortunately, her pinnacle notoriety window was from 2005 to 2006 since that day, and Beyoncé's say, so she's been hustling as a striving craftsman with only one hit in her possession. And afterward, there's the entire Diddy point. Chris Brown let the cat out of the bag about nearly marking with terrible kid records, yet evidently Diddy turned him down since he wouldn't take care of business with anything obscure stuff was happening in the background. And we as a whole expertise tight Diddy and Jay's are no doubt perhaps this. Dramatization is the reason Chris Earthy Colored's vocation is by all accounts spiraling lower. Yet it's not Chris Earthy Colored, who probably got some hamburger with the Carters. There's discussion drift in and out of town that they've hobnobbed with in excess of a couple of different people too. There's additionally Blue Contrail back in the mid-2000s. She was a major name in R&B keeping Beyoncé honest tracks, like Hit 'Em Up Style and Inhale were climbing diagrams wherever Blue was ablaze. Yet here's the kicker, following quite a while of shaking the scene she evaporated from the public eye. Where'd she go given her undeniable ability? Record marks were essentially battling about her, but in the end, Blue chose to move with AISTA Records. She dropped her most memorable single, Hit 'Em Up Style, in April 2001, and it exploded, like it truly exploded the melody. She not only caught the #2 spot on the Board Warm 100, but additionally earned her a Grammy nomination for Best Female R&B Vocal Execution. Blue Cantrell was riding the wave of progress in those days, around the same time her introduction collection went platinum, and things continued to look into 2003 when she dropped her second collection. Clashing that one incorporated the hit Inhale. Sean Paul procured her a second Grammy nomination, this time for Best R&B Collection. Currently, here's where it gets fascinating. In the midst of every one of her accomplishments, Blue had these constant bits of gossip zooming around, saying she was in some extraordinary. Subscribe She Spice for more video.